Hi everyone, this is Wendy. So today I thought I'd come on and show you my process of making a ephemera folder. I gutted this book last night and it's a nice big one. I was actually going to keep it for make it into an art journal, and then I thought, oh, it's a nice size to actually make it into, like, turn it into an ephemera folder, because I also done some cutting out of pictures and everything, and I've really got nowhere to store them. I've got two little containers here on my desk this size, and it's just all chock-a-block and it's not really in any order or anything like that. So I just thought, I had been watching 49 Dragonflies on YouTube, and she made this gorgeous ephemera folder, and she actually got the idea from I think it was Arnie Mays, but I'll find those links anyway and put them down in my description. So that's what I thought I'd do today. Nice size book, and I'm going to use, they used really nice pretty papers, but I thought I might just use some manila folders. I've got a couple here. This is only like half a one, but I thought maybe that would work okay if I folded it in half. And I'm really not worrying about the if they're not the same height. Yeah, that's not going to worry me, the height size, because that's just half a one. And I just thought I'd put it all together so I've got somewhere to store my, see, that's going to be a different height, but I'm going to have somewhere to store my ephemera, and that's going to, oops, I'm not going to have enough room here because I'm working in between my two legs of my tripod. See, that's going to give me a nice couple of pockets on each of those. And this one here I can actually cut. I'll just mark it to the height I want it there, and it'll have to be cut about there. So I'll do that now. I do want a couple in here, so I thought maybe about five or maybe six. So I'll keep that bit there. I'll keep that for tags later. And this one here, so that's another one. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'll just mark this one again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one. And for the pockets, they were using the sleeves, and I've got a, do I want to use that one? It's got a, no, I won't use that, it's a bit scrunched up. So this one here I'll just fold in half. Right, and cut these ones now. I've been trying to work out some kind of storage for my ephemera, instead of just having it just lying around in those containers. And I just thought, oh, maybe use this cover on the book that I gutted and see how that goes. Because it did look really handy, and theirs looked really pretty too, so I could always collage over the background papers or something over these papers, but I'm not sure if I really want to, but we'll see. Okay, right, so that's going to fit in there nicely. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe just straighten this bottom one up here. And this one too. I'm not really measuring anything, I'm just, I don't know, just going with the flow, that's all. Just go with the flow. Okay, so now make sure I'm in frame because that's rather long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll leave a big one at the front and the back. So that's 6. Now, actually, I might have 3 signatures and put a smaller one inside the bigger one. That might be better. Do I have 1, 2? Yeah, I have enough. So I've got. I'll have 3 signatures, and they will go into there. Okay, that will be good, I think. Yes. Now before I put these in, I'm just wondering if I do want to pretty the backgrounds up. I don't think I really do, because when I put the plastic on them, the pockets, I want to be able to see them properly, so I might just leave that as is. And now it's time to put the pockets on. So I'll grab some of the sleeves, the plastic sleeves. It's so strange because the other day I gave my 2 packets of the sleeves that were unopened to my daughter to use, but I've got some here that I can actually recycle that I've had for a while, and I'm thinking I'm going to need a few of these because I'm not sure how many I'm going to get out of it, but I'll just have a look. There's some. I think that might be enough. Okay, that's enough, I think. Alright, I'll just put that back. Right, now with the sleeves, that's going to be a side there, so I want to cut it on this one here. I'm going to have 3, so the width just about there, I think. Now will this cut on my board? Let me see. I don't know how good I'm going to go with cutting this. Oh yes, that's alright. Alright, we'll leave that over there. And now the height, I'm not really that worried about measuring the height, but that one will be there, and then another one I will cut there, so I'll have two at that height and then that one there. So I'll cut those and see how that is. Is that straight? Yep. So there's one, and this one, two, it's not straight, there we go, three. And I can keep that one for a smaller one. So I'm going to have one up there. It doesn't look real straight, does it? Maybe turn it around that way. Okay, so one there, then one in the centre. That one there is really not straight at all, but that's okay. And then, hang on, that's way too big then. Alright, that's a bit better, because that's going to be the pocket in there. Alright, so I know 49 dragonflies so stitched around hers, but I think Auntie May's actually glued. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, just gluing. So this one here, it's already down. Oh, you know what I could do? Okay, I might do that. I've got my my tool here, and I might actually do that where it's open so that I make them complete pockets before I actually glue it down. Okay, so just plug this in. And I'll just move these out of the road so that I've got a clear desk. Right, clean this off. And that side there is already joined, and that bottom is, so I'm just going to join these ones here. I need to let that heat up a bit. Haven't used this for a while. Fuse tool, that's what it's called. Okay, I've got to let this heat up, so I'll be back when this is nice and hot and I'll show you what I'm up to. Alright, my fuse tool is heated up, and while I was waiting for it to heat, I went and cut all my other pockets, but out of that, the fool's cap plastic sheet, I ended up cutting 4 more or less the same size pockets just by eyeballing them. So what I'm going to do is actually go down and fuse the side of my pockets here with my fuse tool. So I haven't used this for a while, so it'll be interesting if I can still do it. Okay, so that's, yeah, that looks so cool. Alright, that's my first pocket there. But I just remembered that this really does cut into my mat, so I'm getting my old mat here, this one here, and I'm going to put that down just to do the fusing on, because I don't want the bottom mat to, I don't want it to get that wrecked. Alright, so this one here I have to do the side as well as the bottom, so I'll do another one here. And I just have to remember with this just to go slow. When I first started using this, I do it so fast and they wouldn't actually fuse together, and you do have to have it rather hot as well. So on this one here I have to do the bottom to make it into the pocket, and just go slow with it. I haven't used this for quite a while. Okay, so because there's a join here, so I'm not going to worry about that side there, but that turns it into a lovely pocket. Okay, well I'll just do one more, and then this one here is cut so crooked. Just hang on, I'll just get my blade, which is here. This one here, I just cut it so crooked, I'm just going to straighten it up. That's better. Much better, Wendy. That's good. Okay, so I'll do the side first and get that together. Right. So there's the side and the bottom. And you don't press really hard, but it does need to be rather firm. Okay, so that's 3 of my pockets done, and I'll be back because I've got all these ones here to do as well. So I shall be back. I won't bore you with doing them all, but that's how it fuses the plastic together. They look pretty cool, don't they? Alright, I shall be back. Okay, so I'm back on, and it's been a little while, a day, and I'm not sure what I was up to last. I think I was up to putting the plastic on the folders. I did use my glue to glue the plastic on, this Craft and Hobby PVA glue. Now it held on there, but then I noticed when I went to lift this up, it actually started coming off at the sides and becoming unstuck. So I decided that I would sew around the pocket. So I've got 2 sheets of the plastic there, so I've got a double pocket more or less, one there and one there. And it's pretty rough, like I didn't really, I just eyeballed it, but I think it's going to be okay for me, for what I want it for. Hang on, the phone's going. Okay, that was our phone. Now, I can't remember what I was up to. Okay, so I have got double plastic here, and I ended up just going around and sewing it all in on the pockets, and then when I come to, I've got one here, when I opened it up and come to the back side, I didn't really want that showing, and I don't think I didn't have enough confidence to actually put the plastic down and sew the plastic on the front and the back. So what I decided for this one here, I ended up sewing the plastic pockets on just a sheet of cardboard and put some double-sided tape on it, like here. So I left this one undone. I didn't put it in the book just to show you what I was talking about. And even though, oh dear, traffic, and even though it has got the double-sided tape on it, I still use this because after a while that double-sided tape loses all its grip, all its tack. So just put some glue on there, and this one's going on the back of this here. So I just been placing, where am I? Hang on, I can't see that. Can't see the top. Right, I've just been placing this on the other side of where I had sewn the plastic on to just the manila folder. So I've got them all done, and I'm going to put the two pocket, or the smaller one, inside a bigger one. So I've got that one there, then this one here, and then the last one here. So I think that looks pretty good, and I just used the black cotton I had in my machine. Some places the plastic moved on me a bit, but because it's just for me, I'm not really worried about that. I just want to try something, a different storage system for my ephemera. So all I have to do now is, going to open that up. I've got with the spine of the book, I was going to take out, it's still got the chipboard spine in here of the book, and I was going to take that out, and then I thought, no, I'll just grab another piece of thinner chipboard, and I just glued that onto a piece of cheesecloth, so that I'm going to end up sticking that into the book just like that, with those signatures sewn in. Okay, so I've explained that. So what I have to do now, I just have to maybe clip those in place. I don't think that's going to be long enough, those ones, so I do have a couple here just to hold that center one in place, just about there. That's not going to work either, is it? Maybe this way. Oh, there we go, that'll do. So that'll close up nicely, and I just have to mark the holes for me to sew it into the spine. So there's one there, and one there. So there's that one there, and I've got another one here. So just put that in there and clip that together and mark these ones. So I don't really know if I'm doing this right, but I just thought I'd give it a go anyway. So make sure that's even. There, there and there. And what I might do, I'll grab my my awl and just punch those holes straight through now, so I don't lose the spot, because I'm going to have to take this clip off and use it on this. I've only got two of those really large ones, so just going to hold that there and clip that one there. Now the spine's just a little bit, like 1/4 of an inch longer than the biggest manila folder, so I'm kind of like just eyeballing it in the center. Okay, and now just punch those holes through. Through there, and I just want to recheck this one before I punch the holes, because yeah, that looks alright. Okay, that's fine, so I'll punch those holes. 1, 2, and 3. So I've got the holes all in those now, and I'm just going to sew them onto my spine here. So I shall be back when I grab some needle and thread, hey? Alright, I've sewn 2 of my signatures on. There's a bit of fluff up there, on the spine. That looks pretty cool. I did stuff up the spine because I punched 4 holes and I've only got 3 signatures, so I haven't got 4 signatures, but that's okay. Live and learn. So I've got one more to put on here, so I'm just thought I'd come back on and show you what I've been doing. So I just go in from the raw spine side in there, and then go through the center hole in the middle. Let's see if I can find it. That'd be right. I just had no trouble whatsoever putting the first 2 on, and now I can't even find this hole. There we go. Right, so that goes right through there. What did I say? I had no trouble. Right. And, whoops. Make sure I keep a nice size tail out this side here. And then just up to the top holes and go through the spine there. Now normally I would just bring it down, straight down to the second one, but I just thought this might have a bit of weight in it, so I'm actually going to go back through the center hole here. why can't I? Right, through the centre hole and through those two, which I haven't got. There it is. Right, that'll do. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Trying to poke holes that aren't even there. And then go back down to the bottom two holes and then just out through the spine. There we go. So I don't know if you've seen much of that, but that's what I have been doing, or that's what I've done with the other two. Now I'm just going to pull those rather tight, make sure they're all in nicely, and then just tie these together nice and firmly, and just put a couple of knots in there just to keep them in nice. There we go, and I'll just cut that off. Okay, so I have all my signatures in, and there's some lovely room in between each of them, so when I start to fill it up, hopefully there's, you know, enough room in between them so that I can put a decent amount of ephemera in. So what I'm going to do, what is that? It's one of my daughter's hairs, a great big long one. She was in my room on the weekend. She had to make her brother a birthday card. It felt so strange watching her sit at my desk because she's not really crafty or anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue on the inside of the spine. I might just run some of my tape here as well, because that, and use the glue also, because that does grab onto this part here and just keeps it held down while the other tacky glue was drying. Okay, so I'll just push that down. Okay, right, we'll lift that up, the backing paper up there, and I'm going to put the glue over this part here. What I thought about doing, before I do that, I'm going to actually glue this top flap down as well. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the material there. Oops. And just pull that down. Oops. Just pull that down over that there. And make sure it's nice and even. That looks pretty good from what I can see up there. And I'll do the same just down this bottom part. Because normally I would cut this excess off, and I just thought, oh, maybe just turn it over and see how that goes. So I've got that folded over top and bottom. So I just need to put some more glue here and here, and make sure I'm up the right way. That looks right. And I'll just turn this around so I can make sure I'm going in there even. So that's got to go there, and that's got to go there. So I'll have a look, make sure everything's even and in there properly. Yep, that looks pretty good so far. So I'll just go in between here and press this down, and in between this one, and press that down. Okay, so I'm going to let that have a really good dry. Make sure it's... So that looks pretty good. Looks nice and neat up there, up in there, and down there on the bottom. Is that neat? Yep, I've got a bit of fluff there. Okay, so alright, so I'm going to grab just some of these smaller little clips to clip either end down. This one here. So I'll do the bottom first. And that'll just hold that there nicely until it dries properly. And this one. And that one there. Right, there we go. Okay, so I'll let that dry and then I shall come back, and all I'm going to do then is glue these sides down. I might even do that now. No, because I want it to dry up that way first. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it up like that so my spine has time to glue in. But yeah, so far so good, I think. Alright, I shall be back, guys. Okay, I think that should be dry enough. I can take these off here. I was holding that down. Just check, yep. That one's good. All good. Okay. So what I want to do now is glue the fabric down. Glue the fabric. That's a bit crooked, is it? Oh. Okay, glue the fabric front and back. Yeah. And I'm not worried that that's crooked because I'm going to put another paper over the top of it. So I'll just get that off there. And I'll put some more just down in the spine here. And some on the calico. It's quite a bit, I know, but that's okay. Won't go to waste. Right, and push that down. A bit of excess coming out there. Okay, so we'll put that on there. and do the same for the front. I did have a bit of a rip there, didn't I? That's okay. I had a bit of glue come out just over there because the cover on this book was a little bit damaged when I did pick it up. Okay, and do the same over here. Put another bit there, and then over the calico. And press that down. I don't know if I'm all in shot here. Yeah, that looks alright. Just turn that around there. Okay, so now I've just got to let the front and back of this dry. Let's see. Okay, so we've got that one, and just make sure it's not buckling up at the sides. And that there. So I'm just going to clip that together again and just let it dry again. And I can, while I'm waiting, I will I'll measure the front and back cover, and I shall be back. Alright, so that dried down there, and I just picked out this sheet of paper for the front here, so I'm going to glue that down. This was patterned cardstock that I'd picked up from Kaiser Craft. So handy having that store about 5 minutes away from me. I just love it. I've got to stop myself from going in there sometimes. But they have, is it called old stock cardboard, pattern cardboard, and they have it for like 10 sheets for $5, which I think is pretty good value. So just going to put a heap of glue on here. I have got some double-sided tape just around the edges, and place this, let's kind of centre it somehow. Right, that looks pretty good. And that's going to be my front. Oh, no, that's okay. I was going to put another pocket on here, but I can always do that later, can't I? Yeah. I can't if I want to. Oh, I can still sew one and put it on there. So that looks pretty good. And like that, it's like a vintage floral that sort of goes with the bicentennial cover. So I like that. That looks pretty. And then on the inside back one, I didn't have two pieces of that, but it doesn't really matter. So I decided to go with this roses one. So I'll put that on the back here. And we'll just press that one down onto the back. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Got a bit of glue coming out there. Okay, so that's going to be my ephemera folder. What did they call it? My ephemera collection folder. So I think it looks pretty cool. So I'll just give you a run through of it as it is at the moment without any of the ephemera bits in it. So the larger ones I put 3 pockets, and they're all double plastic pockets as well. And then we've got this one on that side. Look how crooked that was there. But that's okay, it's only for me. And then we got that one, and then that one, and this one. And these papers are papers that I'd had for quite a while, just in my box behind me, that like a good couple of years, 2 or 3 years at least, that I'd never used because I really didn't like the look of them. But I've used them now. So, and this is the 3rd signature. So that looks pretty good. And then the back inside cover. Okay, so I'm going to put a strip down the spine here just to reinforce it, because the book was pretty damaged just along here when I first got it, and I'm thinking of covering over this bicentennial and this, the Australian mosaic and 1788 diary. I want to cover that up as well. So okay, so that's it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. I shall come back on when I've put some of my ephemera bits in it, like all these ones, all these. All these that I've got here that I have been just hoarding and carrying around with me and everything. Well, sitting at the side of my desk. Okay. Anyway, you all have a great day, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.